Well, good afternoon, everybody. Getting ready for some Chinese orange chicken. It's going to be made healthy. It's going to be made good. Can't wait. We've already got our skillet over medium heat getting warm right there. So we'll start getting some things ready for that. First thing we want to do is we're going to saute some peppers and put some green beans in there. Yeah, this got green beans in it. By the way, we want to send out special condolences to the Wesley English family. Wesley was a good one of our racing buddies, and he passed away last night. And so I want to send our condolences to the English family. So I'm going to try this little contraption Debbie got me. It is to clean out. It's to core peppers. So let's see how this thing works. Supposed to twist it and pull everything out, and it sort of did it.
Maybe you're not deep enough.
Maybe this part needs to go in. I don't know what to do, sweetheart. It's just not doing it. It's almost doing it all. Almost doing it all. So let's try it again. And I even read on ChatGPT how to do this. And it said to do this number right here. Push it down as far as it would go. And twist it. There we go. Sort of.
Got it all out.
Anyway. All right. So we'll take the remainder of this out of here. And I'm going to put these in strips. We're going to strip these up. So we'll take these, and it won't matter if a few seeds get in there. That'll be good for this. So we're just going to take these into long strips. And the beauty of this orange chicken is that it's made with diet orange soda rather than orange juice or something that has lots of sugar in it. So we got that'll be going in a minute. Like, these diet orange crushes, you can buy several of those things. Yeah, G2s even. Anything like that has the orange flavor you can use. So get a few of these ribs out of here. So I hope everybody's been doing well. It's been a nice long week. We had a kind of a relaxing little vacation that we took over to Myrtle Beach. And the weather was cooler, wasn't it?
It was.
A lot cooler than we anticipated.
It really was.
Yeah.
Couldn't go to the beach because
it was in the 50s. So we just kind of lounged around. But I tell you what, we stayed at a beautiful place, though. The Myrtle Beach Hilton Resort. We were kind of checking that out for our travel business just to see what it was like. And it is a beautiful place. So if you get a chance, check them out, the Hilton Myrtle Beach Resort. So here's a tablespoon of olive oil going in. We're going to take our peppers and put all of them in. And they're ready to sizzle a little bit. Now let me grab these green beans over here, sweetheart. Here's a half a cup of green beans also that's going in there. So we're just going to let those, and you'll be happy to know I'm using a plastic spoon today instead of a wooden spoon. So we're going to just let those kind of work around there for a couple of minutes. And this is all done in stages. So we'll do a couple of minutes here with this. Then we'll put the garlic and all of the other things in, and that'll go for about 2 minutes. And then we'll put the chicken and all of the other things in, and that'll go for about 4 minutes. So it's a very quick, easy evening weekday meal dish that you can put together. We're just going to give these a little bit of a head start to soften up a little bit. And we're going to do zoodles. Now, those of you that are familiar with our show know that we do zoodles quite often. Today I put the smaller, whatever you call that thing, implement in. I want these to be smaller noodles. So let's see how well this does a little smaller noodle than before.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I like that. I've got to hold this down. You might not be able to see because I'm having to hold it down. But it's doing a smaller noodle rather than those big, thick zoodles.
But you have to cut in half.
Well, I'm still probably going to have to cut them in half because they'll still be coming out in long lengths. But I did want to have them just a little smaller. So that's what we're doing there with the zoodles. So we'll continue to run this one down as well. I could even make these even smaller, spaghetti-like, but I'm not sure they'd stay together. I may try that on a future show and just see how that does. But look how many this makes. Just one zucchini, and it makes all the zoodles we need for the 2 servings in this dish tonight. And of course, I'll take these little parts right here, and we'll cut those up, and we'll come back in just a minute and take our scissors and cut some of these other items up as well. Now, while that's going on, let me make sure this is still doing its thing. Everything's looking good there. We want to go ahead and put some garlic in. Now, the recipe calls for 1 clove of garlic, but I want you to look at these. These are just teeny cloves of garlic. So I'm going to put several cloves in there. And for one thing, we kind of like garlic in our deal as well. I don't know why I put that back. I've got to have it again. So we're gonna put that in there like so. Anybody watching tonight?
Not yet.
Are we back in that situation where we've got the screen blocked off so we can't tell who's there?
Can't tell who's there.
Can't tell who's there. Oh, well, we're assuming y'all are watching. And our final 2 cloves of garlic. Finally got 1 big clove of garlic I got out of that deal.
Jimmy Robinson.
Jimmy Robinson is watching. Jimmy was going to comment. Debbie told me that right at the end of the show last week, Jimmy made a comment, and she said she couldn't tell me what it was before I got off of the
David Cash
program.
is on.
David Cash is on. Good old
Ed
David
Williams.
Cash.
Ashley Gregory.
Ashley, good to see all of y'all in.
Kathy Carroll.
Kathy, thank you for tuning in. Now, what I'm doing now is just a couple of more minutes. I want this garlic to
Infused.
yeah. Well, I want it to brown a little. I want it to get just a little brown. So while that's going on, we're going to take our chicken and we're going to cube it. Now, I love chicken thighs. So instead of chicken breast, I am using chicken thighs. And I'm just going to cube this into like 1-inch cubes. So that is going right there.
What do you do with these zoodles? Are you going to boil them?
No, I'm just going to put them in and just heat them up at the last minute.
Okay.
They'll all go in at the last minute. So let me get these last chicken thighs in. Boy, that's a big one right there.
Good. It'll be nice and chickeny.
Yeah, nice and chickeny. I always like it to be chickeny. Okay, now while I go wash my hands.
You still got a piece.
Oh, I do? Oh, okay. Well, it's already in the proper size. How about that? Let me wash my hands quickly, and I'll be right back over there to go to the next step. All right, the next step now is to add a 1/4 cup of chicken broth. So we're going to add that. I'll tell you before I do that, this is Chinese 5-spice.
Mix them together.
Well, actually, this is supposed to go on here and it's supposed to be kind of infused onto the vegetables before the chicken broth goes in. Now the chicken broth goes in. That's a 1/4 cup of chicken broth. And also going in, this is 1.5 cups of the orange soda. Now, I bought actual G2, Gatorade G2. So that's what I've got going in there. You can use the Orange Crush, or there's several different brands of the sugar-free orange soda. So we're going to let that come to a boil. And that's blended up nicely now. So all of that should be good. And that's going to come up to a simmer. And we'll put our chicken in. Actually, we can put our chicken in now. There's enough heat to start transferring it. So it's going to go in. And I want to cut that piece down just a little bit more. I want to have these just in bite-sized cubes. So make sure that everything is bite-sized. That one's a little large.
Yeah, I don't like them when they're too big. They bother my stomach.
But actually, you do better with thighs than you do with breast, though. Breast meat is kind of tough for you. We had some great food while we were in Myrtle Beach. So I'll tell you a secret. All of these fancy seafood places that are on the main drag, like we ate at the one with the big crab that's out front. Well, you eat there, and every person pays $48. Yeah, $48 a person. The next night, we went to a Chinese place. And Chinese place was $20 a person. And honestly, they had all the same seafood that the other place would have had. I was amazed. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to go to those big fancy seafood places. And they had tons of really good seafood. And they had crab legs. And they had a lot of, if you're diet conscious or health conscious, they had plenty of things there available for you that were items that were broiled or boiled. Or, of course, like oysters, raw. Tell you what I want to do. I'm going to go over here on Mr. Big Dog and get the heat turned up a little bit. We need to get this to rolling here. It's amazing how much orange flavor gets infused into this, just putting it in and cooking it in it like that. And salt and pepper to taste. Now this, we'll find out in a minute. There is no salt and pepper in any of this. So we'll salt and pepper it at the end to taste. Now while that's going on, let's go back over here to the zoodles. I want to take my kitchen shears, and I'm just going to run it through here like this to cut those up so we don't have long strands. Long strands don't work well with zoodles. Just small pieces is what works best. So I think we've got that in pretty good shape. So we'll get ready to pour those in here in just a little bit. Let me get them out of here. We're going to garnish this when all is said and done with some sesame seeds and a little bit of flavor. We got just a quarter teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and it's not enough for any heat. It just adds a little bit of flavor. So we're going to let this cook down. It'll take about 3 or 4 minutes for the chicken to cook, and in the meantime, this sauce will reduce, and then we'll put our zoodles in and let those sit in there for a couple of minutes as well.
Absorb some of the...
That'll also help soften those zoodles somewhat. By the way, if you're looking at going on a trip, we just were able to get somebody lined up today for an Alaskan cruise. So hopefully we'll be able to send them off in June on an Alaskan cruise. You know, if you're planning those summer vacations, now is the time to do it. Matter of fact, the time is wasting. You know, air flights are so expensive and they go up day by day. So as early as you can plan those airline tickets, certainly the better off you are. So hopefully you'll get with us soon and we can get those lined up for you. Doesn't cost you anything. We get paid by the airlines and the hotels, and we even got paid by the Hilton we went to this past weekend to come there and stay. How cool is that? If you'd like to know how to do that, I just signed up 2 new people under me as travel agents to help me with what's going on here in the last couple of weeks. So if you would like to sign up to be a travel agent under me, I'll be happy to do it. And it saved us, what, $300 the first trip we made?
Yeah.
And it only cost $200 to become a travel agent and get all of the credentials. And it saved us $300 the first weekend. I don't know that I'd even be allowed to tell you how little we spent going to the Hilton.
We paid more for the food than...
Yeah, our food costs were more than what it did for the lodging. We paid, we were there 3 nights, and we paid about $75 a night. It's what it turned out to be. And
it was the Hilton.
And it was the Hilton Resort, not just the Hilton. It was the Hilton Resort. Fantastic place in Myrtle Beach. So we can tell you how to do all that. Got to have travel agent credentials, though. And those credentials cost you less than $200. But, man, the money you save, we've saved well over $1,000 just in our travel. Plus, what we've made off of folks. Just got a big check yesterday for some folks that went that I got commission on. So it's a fun thing to do while you're at home, and it's a fun thing to do in order to be able to help other people too. So we're excited to pass that along to you. Well, this is doing quite nicely now. We're just about ready to put the zoodles in. That chicken needs to cook just a couple more minutes.
I'm surprised there's not orange slices.
No orange slices.
You could garnish with orange slices.
You could if you wanted to, but the orange taste comes from the, you know, we've made a different variety of this before where we used an unsweetened orange juice, I think it was.
Yeah.
I've forgotten exactly what it was. But this one is the first one that I've seen that uses the orange soda. Honestly, I think that there's too much of the liquid in here for my taste. I don't like all the liquid.
The zoodles will help.
The zoodles will help, but there's nothing really, there's no cornstarch or anything to absorb. Now, it'd be nice if we put a little bit of
arrowroot.
Yeah, arrowroot in there to thicken that. Wouldn't that be nice to thicken? You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. I'm going to put some arrowroot in and I'm going to thicken it. So let me get my arrowroot out. This is a fantastic thickener. It's healthy. It's not like your cornstarch or flour. It is a very healthy alternative. And I'm just going to put some arrowroot in there and thicken that up. So take a big teaspoonful. Matter of fact, I would normally use a tablespoon, so I'm going to get 2 heaping teaspoons full. And I'm going to get that going. And in the meantime, I want the sauce to thicken to my zoodles too. So I'm going to put the zoodles in. Put all the zoodles in. Get them all in there. Stir them around. And then I will pour this thickening concoction in there. And I'll add that to the recipe because I think that's necessary in this recipe. So if you just like in the comment, just hit the like button. I'll be happy to send you this, and it will include that addition of a tablespoon of arrowroot into a little bit of cold water. Always put your arrowroot, your cornstarch, whatever, into cold water, and then make sure it's stirred very, very well. And then it has to come to a complete boil in order for it to have its full thickening effect. So we're going to pour all that in. And now we're just going to stir this around and let that thicken up.
That'll make it more glazy.
It will. It'll give it a glaze, and I just think it needs it. I think that's going to be so, so good. Look how that's thickening up already. Oh, that's just perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for and didn't get without the arrowroot. So I'll add that to the recipe. Doesn't add hardly anything to it health-wise. I mean, it's still a very healthy dish because that arrowroot is the best non-calorie, I guess you call it, non-calorie kind of
caloric.
Yeah, very little calories in it and very little carbs. So it's not like your typical cornstarch or your or flour. Look how that's thickened up so nicely. Oh, that's so good. That is going to be great. Can't wait to plate that up and serve it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to plate it. I didn't even get a plate out to plate it up, sweetheart. Let me do that. So
get a plate.
We'll make it look good. We'll put this on a red platter tonight. That'll look nice, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, red platter. And I will just take some of this and we will plate that on. The zoodles themselves, they're all mixed in. It's almost like a, what is that? Chow mein, or what is it that has the noodles in it? This makes 2 servings. Look at all of that goodness. Man, that is it. Chinese chicken.
Orange chicken.
Orange chicken stir fry with arrowroot. I don't know what you call it, but it's good. We're looking forward to eating it, and we'll send you the recipe. Just hit the like button, and we'll send it to you. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.